sis, listen to me, okay? You are not falling behind. You are not lazy. You are not failing. You are not inconsistent. You're not any of those things. What you are right now is you're trying to build your dream with while fighting battles that no one sees. Okay. But I see you. And that's why I want to really talk today about and really hone in on why so many high achieving women stay stuck in survival mode. And there are so many reasons, but I want to just kind of hone in on a few that you might not be aware of and might not have even considered. Okay. Because you're misclassifying yourself right now and you're feeling really bad about things and you're down and out about it, kind of sad and somber, and maybe experiencing some anxiety and depression around all of this. Let's go ahead and kill that noise, okay? We need to get it together, and I'm going to help you do that, okay? First of all, societal standards. Let's just go ahead and talk about that. So many high achieving women stay stuck in survival mode because number one, they're praised for pushing through instead of pausing to heal. Okay, that's a whole bar right there. They're praised for pushing through instead of pausing to heal. Okay. And the world really rewards performance, not peace. You feel what I'm saying? And that's problematic, right? So the emotional and it's like an emotional roller coaster, really. The emotional toll, the mental toll of always pushing through, that's not the business at all. And I really want us to get away from that because we've normalized that, unfortunately. And I really want to move away from that whole thing because burnout has been worn as a badge of honor, has it not? From all of us who have learned how to work hard, especially women collectively, right? We just really like hold so many responsibilities on, and the weight of those responsibilities, we wear those responsibilities on our shoulders, right? And it's tiring, it's exhausting. And oftentimes we don't have an outlet or support system, at least not one strong enough to help us sustain through that. And so what happens often is we feel as though we are failing, or we actually do fail, and we don't know another way or a way to pull ourselves out of this deep hole that we've dug for ourselves. And so I want to get away from that whole normalcy of, like wearing that badge of honor, wearing the S on our chest, like no more. Okay, because that creates constant anxiety. It creates bouts of depression. It disrupts our sleep patterns, right? Sleep deprivation, sleep disturbances, and just feeling that whole disconnected way. Like that becomes a whole thing, right? Now, before we get really, really deep into this, listen, if you're getting what I'm giving so far and you love these gems I'm dropping, I want you to go ahead and leave a comment right now so we can get this discussion popping because I really want to continue this dialogue beyond this video. And especially if you're really resonating with this, I want you to tell me right now what's pulling on your heartstrings and what you're dealing with specifically as it relates to what we're talking about in this conversation today, okay? But equally important, if you really are getting value from my content, I want you to make sure that if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Because especially as I go live and or drop new episodes, I don't want you to miss a single video, okay? So make sure that you do that right now. Now, the next point I really want to make is this. I'm going to take a deep breath on this note because there's so much to be said about toxic resilience over and over functioning and how that becomes the norm, right? We're talking about how all of these things have become like the normal part of this online space as we are in business. And it just is so sad, it's so disheartening, and I am just not feeling that anymore. Like that is not the vibe. It never was, right? It never was aligned with our feminine energy. It was really more aligned with that masculine dominant energy of our male counterparts. Let's just go on and tell the truth and put that out there, okay? It just is what it is, what it is. So overachieving happens out of fear and it happens out of rejection. And that's what's really going on right now when we are talking about making this toxic resilience the norm. That is because, again, I'll repeat in case you missed that. I don't want you to miss this important message. And that is overachieving happens out of fear, and it happens out of fear of failure and fear of rejection. Those are the two big failures or the two big fears that failure of rejection and fear of failure is rooted in, if that makes sense. Okay. Also, I need you to know this. Perfectionism, which is a real thing, by the way, especially for type A personalities, overachievers like you and I, right? ambitious women, that's mask for that's I would say perfectionism is a mask for pain. That's what I'm getting at. Perfectionism is a mask for pain. And so what we've got to do is learn how to shift from survival to sustainable success. How do we do that? First and foremost, we've got to learn to rest. Why? Because rest is the new revenue and healing is the new strategy. I know what you've heard. I know what you've heard out in these internet streets, and nobody is talking about this. And this is why I'm saying to you, we've got to talk about this more out loud because we always talk about our public successes, but nobody really wants to talk about the private failures and what we're going through. That needs to become the norm. That should be the normalcy thing, right? That's our realities. We're living it every day. So why are we just putting out there like what our successes are and not talking about what we're struggling with? And I'm not saying that we just need to talk about the struggles, right? We need to celebrate our successes as well, but we also need to feel safe in doing that. So we need a safe and sacred space, right? A sanctuary for being able to do that because not everybody wants to talk about this out loud in a public forum. And I understand why, but let me tell you something. It's nothing for you to be ashamed of. It's nothing for you to feel guilty about. It's nothing for you to hide from or feel embarrassed about. It just isn't. Because more people, more women than you can imagine are going through this, but it doesn't feel normal. And it feels like you might be in this journey alone when it comes to what you're going through right now. Because again, we're not talking about it out loud. And that's why I am. I don't mind saying what other people won't. Okay. I really just don't. So the other thing I wanted to say as we talk about shifting from survival to sustainable success is that not only do we need to rest, but we need to delegate, right? We need to outsource those time consuming, tedious tasks. We need to automate. We need to use systems. We need to use effective strategies. We need structure in our businesses. We definitely need to receive and embrace support. Like I said, you may have some support, but maybe it's not strong enough support, right? So what is your circle looking like right now? Your inner circle? What does your systems look like? What do you have in place right now? What is helping you to set up a sustainable, successful business and holistic lifestyle, right? That's what we really need to take a deeper look at. And so choosing intentional alignment is key because alignment over chaos is where it's at, right? And also, here's what I want to say too. Why support and self-trust are the new strategies for scaling is this. Investing in mentorship, investing in coaching, investing in somebody who is really there to lead the way, to pave the way, who's been there, done that, and ain't planning on going back. Those individuals like me, a holistic business coach like myself, I am here to help you. Let's play. You remember when we used to play Follow the Leader back when we were children? That's what we're doing here. If you ever wanted a cheat code, if you ever wanted to shortcut your way to success, say that 3 times fast, shortcut your way to success and have a cheat code, listen, being in community, right? Congregating with those who really feel your pain, understand your struggles, and want to embrace you, those who want to hug you and wrap their arms around you and pull you in and saying, look, I'm a little bit further ahead than you. Let me pull you ahead with me, right? When you're too tired, we're going to help carry you through this, right? We're going to push you forward. We're going to propel you to do what you came here to do, right? We're going to uplift you. We're going to empower you and inspire you or motivate you to take inspired action each and every day, no matter how tough it gets, and it will get tough, right? We're going to remind you of your why. Like you need a sisterhood. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what community is about. But you also need a coach to lead the way for you so that we can take the guesswork out of this. Because listen, business is already hard. Life is already hard, right? Why do we need to just busy ourselves in the busyness of our days and the busyness of business, right? Why do we have to play the guessing game when there's answers and there's already a better way, a more effective way to do things, but you just don't know yet? And you know what else you don't know? The right questions to ask because you haven't discovered what the answers are. That is why you need somebody to lead the way, right? Be led by the light, right? And so that's what I'm really saying here, but be led specifically by somebody, like I said, who has already done it, somebody you aspire to be like, a lifestyle you aspire to live, work with that individual, even if it's not me, okay? Although I would say if you want a holistic strategy and you want to prioritize your health, healing, and happiness, prioritize your self care, right? And make that be the new norm, then I am your coach for sure, okay? And I'm a no nonsense, in your face, give it straight, no chaser kind of chick, but all wrapped in love, even if it doesn't always feel like it in my delivery, because I want you to win. And I'm not here to sugarcoat ish, because that's not how we win, right? And so that's who I am. You just need to know that up front. What you see is what you get. But like I said, it's all in love. Okay. I'm very passionate about what I do, very compassionate towards you. And I'm sure you know that if you've been hanging out, whether you're new to me or true to me in this video, I'm sure you can tell. But just if you kind of take a peek around and listen to me in my other videos, you'll know. You'll know the real deal when you see it, right? So investing in mentorship, but therapy is so important too, especially for brown and black women. Okay, I have to put that out there because it still is stigma when it comes to therapy. Even though we've come a long way, right? We still got so much further to go. I want to normalize that too. It's okay to get help, and you absolutely should. I'm a huge advocate for that, a huge, mental health advocate. We've got to get well. We've got to learn how to protect our peace and preserve our energy, and anybody in our space that no longer serves us well, and nothing in our space, not just people but things, right, that don't serve us well anymore. We've got to get rid of that. All right, it no longer belongs. And so let's get in safe communities where we feel like we can have an opportunity to say these things out loud with any shame or guilt or any of that stuff. Okay. So if you want that for yourself, if building a business model rooted in your values and your well-being is what you really want, and you want a community and you want to form sisterhood, then listen to me. I have a couple things I want to share with you. Okay. A couple of resources. If you know me, you know me. I don't leave you empty-handed ever, because that would be doing you a disservice. Okay. So if you're tired of surviving and you're ready to thrive, the Legacy Lounge is where it's at. This is my new community, right? This is my new monthly membership that I want you to join. Now, you can get on the wait list actually as of this recording. When this recording is released, the doors will already be open. Okay, so I'm going to leave the pinned comment, our link in the pinned comment, so that you can go ahead and click it. It will take you right to where you need to be to just go ahead and join right now. For my first 50 founding members, okay, it is going to be at the lowest price it will ever be. So get in where you fit in. Okay, I'm very serious about that. It is all about embracing ease, and it's about designing the life you love, right? It's also your freedom era, sis. Okay, you hear the soft life conversation, right? That's a real thing. You can choose to work hard if you want. You can choose to do the hard things, but why not embrace ease, especially at this big old age, right? Because I cater predominantly to women over 40, women of color, women collectively over 40, women of color, and LGBTQ plus members as well that identify as women, because it's all about me connecting with you, who are those of you, I fit in all of those categories, by the way. And so you're my peeps, okay? So let's go ahead and congregate together and get in community, and let's go ahead and really talk about the things that need to be said that's just not really out here, or that's not openly discussed, candidly discussed. And it really takes courageous and candid conversations that we need to have in order for you to feel like, oh, wow, okay, I knew I couldn't have been the only one alone, but thank God somebody finally didn't mind having this conversation out loud, so that I can get the help I need and really start that healing process. And as you're on the healing journey, sis, why not go ahead and build your first freedom-based business? I'm here to help you in the lounge build your first five, I keep saying 5-figure because I do help people build 5 to 6 figure businesses, but I'm talking about 5K or more a month businesses. That's the model we're going for. Okay, high ticket offers, and then building out your product suite, starting high and then going low. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we're doing over here, especially if you are working in corporate America right now and you want to replace your income fast. But even if you've left corporate America, okay, maybe you're kind of sandwiched in between, wherever you are in the journey, I'm here to help, okay? I'm here to meet you where you are. So go ahead and learn more about the Legacy Lounge right now. Click the link so that as soon as you're done hearing the sound of my voice and done watching this video, I want you to click this link so you can go ahead and get in right now. Okay, that's going to be critical to your success. And we're here. The doors are going to be open. We're waiting to embrace you. But also go ahead to and book your freedom and focus clarity call. Okay, in the meantime and in between time, this is something that's also, by the way, offered in the Legacy Lounge. So you can wait until you get in there and see all the goodies. Okay, I have a whole welcome kit waiting for you to kind of guide you through the process, and everything will be waiting for you, ready to go. So we can get started on this Legacy Lounge or Legacy building party right now. Okay, but this is how we're going to create your like a real exit strategy for you, right? A real plan and an exit strategy specifically from survival mode, since that's really what we're talking about right now. All right, so sis, you are not the problem. That's the great news, okay? And the even better news is that the system that taught you to survive instead of thriving, that's dead and gone. Just know that. And know nothing is wrong with you. You are perfect in your imperfections, and feel great about embracing your flaws. Okay, and what you've learned so far, and with regard to societal norms, it's not your fault. You just need to unlearn that, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to do from a holistic standpoint in the lounge. Okay, so join us inside the Legacy Lounge. It is everything you need and deserve and entitled to right now. Let's rewrite your success story together. All right. Now I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Be sure to share this video out with at least 3 friends, and make sure you watch the next video that YouTube recommends. Okay. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now. See you in the lounge.